G'day folks, so today we're getting stuck into planting some seedlings. We've got a beautiful, gorgeous, sunny day, spring day down here. Nice, beautiful blue skies above, so we can't complain about that. So I've just grabbed the rake. I'm just going to grab some seedlings and then we're going to get out there into the beautiful soil and plant out. I think we're actually going to plant out some beetroot today. Might even try and get some lettuce in the ground and maybe even some eggplant, but we'll see how we fare out. Alright, let's get stuck into it. Grab our beetroot seedlings here. Head on down to the market garden. Beautiful, nice bunch of seedlings here. Okay, looking gorgeous. Alright, we'll chuck you down there. Might start with one. We'll go off, we'll flatten off the top of the bed here, and then we can get stuck into popping them in the ground. Now I'm just going to grab a pair of gloves because there's a weed here that has these little barbs on them, and the barbs fall off. They're all through the soil, so whenever I put my fingers down to poke some holes, I just end up getting stuck with these little barbs. So I'm just going to grab some gloves. Alright, so I've got my gloves. I am going to be sun smart, and I'm going to chuck on my trusty farm hat, keep the sun off my face, and I'm going to rake off the bed, and then we'll get planting out these beetroot. Alrighty, so I've raked them off. Two reasons I rake off the beds each time that I go out to plant. Firstly, is to make the bed nice and even and flat. So when I plant out the seedlings and give them a good watering, the water doesn't just run off because it's lopsided or whatever. It'll sit on top around the seedling, start to pool, and then start to soak in. Any excess water will actually run off to the sides and then start to make its way down the side of the bed. Second point is I rake off as well just to get rid of any of the bigger rocks or any big clumps of soil that might have sort of formed on top while the rotary tiller had gone through, turned it over, and then the back plows started to form the bed. So two reasons why I always make sure that I rake off before I plant out my seedlings. Now another little tip with beetroot is ideally you don't want to be starting them as seedlings and then transferring them off into your bed. Because they're a taproot vegetable, you're actually better off just actually direct sowing with your beetroots and carrots and everything like that. They hate being transplanted. They actually form a shock whenever you sort of uproot them. Obviously with the taproot on the bottom, that heads down into the ground. When you take that out, it really does shock them. So if you can, try and make sure that you direct sow all your beetroot and all your carrot. Obviously with time constraints here, I ended up having to do the beetroots from trays, so just a little tip. So spacing wise for beetroot, literally what I like to do is rule of thumb is if you have a look here, size of my fist. So I want to put about a fist space between each one just to give them enough room so when they grow out that they've got plenty of room to be able to spread their leaves and actually then start to spread the bulb of the beetroot. There you go. So as I said, fistful in between each one. Alrighty, so there we have it, all the beetroots in the ground. As I said, a fist size for the spacing between each one. Make sure you rake off the bed at the start, just so it's nice and even. So now I'm going to go give the plants a big old drink. So that water will actually sit on top, it'll soak in, get right down to the root system, give them the best chance that they get from the get-go. And then I'm going to keep them nice and watered for the next at least 2 weeks. Now that the sun's starting to come out, you really want to make sure that the drink is getting to them, that they're getting plenty of water. And then what I'll do is in about a week and a half's time, I'll give them a nice feed with the stinging brew nettle that we made. And that's about it, folks. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Share and like the videos, and we'll see you next time.